What's up, guys? It's time for another repair video. Let's get it going. All right, so first thing you're gonna need is some amount of tools. Pretty much if you wanna do any cell phone or tablet like this, you do need tools. And sometimes it's gonna be using the torque screws, usually a 4T, maybe smaller, maybe bigger, maybe very small Phillips. And you're gonna need pry tools. All right, so on this screen, I've already got some of it pried off, and let's finish going. Now guys, this is I believe it's called an Alcatel 8T, 8 being for the 8-inch. But to tell you the truth, a lot of the techniques that you're gonna see in this video, you're gonna be able to use this on many different types of tablets and cell phones. So it's not as important as you might think that, oh, that's not the tablet I got, this is not a good video for me. If you're doing something like this for the first time, it's gonna be important that you watch several videos on people fixing several types of things, and then that way you'd have a pretty good idea on what you're really gonna be getting into before you start a project like this. So guys, sometimes these parts, especially for these tablets that's not as popular, they can be pretty hard to come by. And I actually I got this on eBay. So you might have to do eBay or AliExpress or something like that. But I got this on eBay and this did come directly from China. So it took me like 3 weeks to get it. So guys, I got the, now, a lot of times, like when you do this, it might just be the digitizer, or it might just be the screen. Now, most of the time when you order this from the factory, it'll come factory sealed and it'll already be connected with the double-sided tape, and you don't have to worry about it, and it'll just come like this. And then you just install the ribbon cables. In this case, that didn't happen, but what we're gonna need to do is go ahead and take care of that. If you're gonna be saving money by doing this yourself, it's just a good idea to get both the digitizer and the LCD screen. And like I said, most of the time this comes factory connected already, so that'd have made it even easier. That didn't happen this time, but we'll be able to take care of that. I failed to mention, you want a tool set like this, I'll put a link in the description, and this thing only costs like $11, and there's a lot of tools in here that you can use to do a lot of the things you're gonna need to do with phones and tablets and other small electronics. So in this case, it came with this small little pry tool. So the first thing I'm gonna remove is this, as you can see, this part is this. So I'm essentially removing the video cable for the, all right. So you see I flipped that up, it comes right on out. All right, so I like to use a magnetic tray to hold my screws, but in this case, I'm not sure where it's at, so I'm just gonna use this case here. So I'm gonna go around and remove these screws. So we got another ribbon cable right here. So grab this and pry it up. This one might be a little bit different. Okay, so this portion of it went up. So I'm gonna grab some really small tweezers. I'm gonna grab this part. Don't want to come out very easily. So what this is, it's just this part. So this is for the digitizer. Let's see if it's easier if I lift up on it. So I'm gonna lift this whole kind of chassis out of here. So I finally got it, guys. I just flipped it up and just pulled on the little tab and it did come on out. All right, so that's that. This is the old broken LCD with the digitizer. So now we have the new one. And let me take this part out here. All right, so we do have a protective film on here, so we're gonna get that off and here. So now we wanna make sure we're not touching all of this once we take this off. So now would be the time to have some memory about, was this like this or the other way? I guess you don't really need memory, you can see it. All right. So this is just gonna set in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off this protective film. Look at that peel, guys. Look at that peel. Nice and clean. All right, so we're gonna basically be duplicating what we've got over here. Just set that down in there like so. Now for my motherboard and chassis. So let's get this thing mounted in here. Forgot the actual LCD screen ribbon cable. Needs to go through there. So guys, I'm actually gonna go with this one first. It seemed a little bit more difficult to work with than the other one. It wasn't too hard. So I got that in. So with these ribbon cables, what I found, so I'm kind of pushing on it, kind of applying some pressure. And I want to make sure that the pressure is applied evenly so that all the pins are actually touching. And then fold that down. So that should be good there. Just gonna put this one on. This doesn't give you a lot of slack, so you gotta kind of bring all your slack forward. So same thing here. There's this little burgundy looking piece, or this darker brown, is a little tab. And I'm gonna kind of lift up on that tab, and I'm gonna use that tab to press in. I'm using this tab to press in on this ribbon cable. And now that I have it pressed, go ahead and press down just like that. And that locks it in there. So our battery is already hooked up. Camera's hooked up. The digitizer and the LCD screen is hooked up. So this should be good for a test. I believe this is an antenna and it wanted to come loose. This tablet actually has data, has a data plan, and so it has antennas for that purpose. So this battery is probably pretty dead, but let's go ahead and try to get a test. So you have, So we're gonna try to get this test in. So you got power, volume up, volume down. So let's go ahead and hold down this power and see if I can get anything to come up. There we go. So like I said, the battery's probably pretty dead, but this is gonna kind of show that it is working. So right now we already know the LCD screen is working because that's how we're getting this picture. But we're gonna wanna make sure our digitizer is also responding. As you might not have noticed, but this is for my daughter, and she's obviously got some kind of thing for cats. All right, so as you can already see, the digitizer is in fact working. So now all I have to do is pretty much put the screws all in the chassis and put the back case back on, the rear case. We also have protective on here. I'm gonna leave that on there for now. Let's go ahead and get this finished up, guys. So guys, I've basically got everything together, and so yeah, it's all ready to go. So we go ahead and put this back case on. And the thing to be mindful of are these buttons. So you can see these buttons are kind of just loose, but these gonna have to correspond with the buttons on this outer case. So it's just one thing to be mindful of. All right, let's go ahead and put this on the charger. So guys, it's on the charger. As you can see, screen is working just fine. Go ahead and do this one last peel. And that's all done. And I actually got one more thing. Since this tablet did get broke, went ahead and purchased one of these. Got this on Amazon. And let's go ahead and get this in there. So there it is, guys. One repaired Android tablet, Alcatel 3T8 in this case. But like I said, a lot of these techniques, you'll be able to use them across the board with many different devices. And all you gotta do is render a little care, have a few tools. In this case, I only needed the small Phillips. So I didn't even need none of the really special bits or nothing like that. And it was a pretty easy fix, as you can see. So if you guys like videos like this, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I'll have more stuff like this on my channel and more stuff coming up. Thank you.